Adam Khoo's Investment Insights. I'm Adam Khoo, and I'm here once again to share with you some profit-generating ideas and opportunities in today's markets.
1 million subscribers.
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 1 million YouTube subscribers.
I'm guessing with a 99% probability that it is the gold play button. And again, it's just a probability. Just like the markets, there's no certainty. There is a 1% chance that this box could be empty and Sunda is playing a bad trick on me. Alright? Anyway, so the reason why I wanted to share this unboxing with all of you is because this milestone would not be possible without all of you, without your viewership, without your comments, without your subscription. So, in essence, this award doesn't really belong to me. It belongs to the whole community. You know, all of you that has made this milestone possible of reaching 1 million subscribers. And I've been asked many, many times, why did I start this YouTube channel? You see, I started investing at about 17 years old. So that was back in 1991. And like most people, I started investing because I thought I wanted to create wealth, that the market could help me to build my wealth and to be financially free. So I started. But like most people, I had no idea what I was doing. And I can tell you that for the first 7 years, I made all the stupid mistakes that most people make. Whatever mistake you've made in investing and trading, I've made it before. And the reason is when I first started, there were no courses. I had no mentors. Everything was through trial and error. And remember, this was back in 1991, where the internet didn't even exist. So when I bought stocks at the time, they were the physical share certificates. Nothing was digital at the time. And I actually started investing in the Malaysian stock market and then the Singapore stock market in those early years. So yeah, for the first 7 years, I went in circles. And whatever money I made, it was luck. It wasn't skill. I was basically gambling. So I made the money, I lost it, I made it, I lost it. I went in circles for the first 7 years. And it was only in, I would roughly estimate about 1998, where I started making some money consistently, which I didn't lose. So I made the first $10,000 that I didn't lose this money back, right? And then from there, it grew from 10,000 to 20,000 to the first 100,000, and then the 200,000, and it built until the first million in the stock market. And in 2005, I started to want to share what I've learned through those years in investing that has worked for me. So in 2005, I started the Wealth Academy Investor Masterclass, and I've been running that masterclass ever since. So it's the 19 years I've been running the masterclass. But in those years, the masterclass was a physical class, and so I could only teach people in Singapore and around the region. So I thought, how could I reach more people? How could I share this skill of how to manage your money and investing? So as you guys know, I wrote books like Profit from the Panic, Secrets to Millionaire Investors, Winning the Game of Stocks. But even then, these books, they only reached, a few 100,000 people. And I wanted to find a way to reach more people beyond my region, right? So in 2016, I was going through Udemy, where they teach all these short courses, and I saw a course on how to create YouTube videos by this gentleman. I think he's a British guy. Can't remember his name. I wish I could remember. I'd like to thank him because it was this guy that got me started. So I went through this quick Udemy course on YouTube and thought, hey, I'll create my first YouTube video. So this was back in 2016. And you can bet I had a lot of critics. Even my close friends, my business colleagues, they said, Adam, don't get your hopes up. And they said to me, who's going to listen to an Asian guy talk about US stocks? No one's going to listen to you, right? Maybe if you teach karate, or people listen to you, okay? And I'm here to tell you that in life, when you want to do something, there'll be many people out there who will tell you it cannot be done, that you can't do it. You're too old, you're too young, you're too tall, you're too short, you're Asian, you're white, you're black, you're purple. There are people out there who will tell you something can't be done. It will happen all the time. And anything worth doing, people will tell you it can't be done. And one of the things about me is that since I was young, I always had this very rebellious attitude that when my mom told me, don't touch the stove, I'll touch the stove just to prove her wrong, right? And also, my background in learning NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, taught me that if it's possible for others, it's possible for me. It's possible for you. It's only a question of strategy. So I thought, what the heck? Let's go just apply it, right? So I started the first YouTube video. I had no fancy cameras. I had no fancy mic. Everything was from my laptop. And it's been that way for actually many, many years. And it's been 9 years of doing that. So people have asked me, what kept you going? What kept you making videos for 9 years? And the answer is all of you, right? So what kept me going was your viewership, your views, your comments, your subscriptions is what kept me going. Not just the positive comments, even the negative ones, especially the negative ones, right? When people say, you suck, you're a clown, you're an idiot. I was like, okay, I'll make another video just to show you, right? Yeah? So for all my haters out there, I love you too. You complete me, right? And 9 years later, we have hit the 1 million subscriber milestone. And it really shows you that if I could do it, anyone can do this. You don't need to be talented. You don't need to be sexy. I'm not sexy, right? You don't need a cute pet. All you need is to be passionate about an idea that you have. Whether your idea is investing or gardening or Pilates, you're just going to be passionate about a certain idea and want to share it with the world and be willing to share stuff that's useful, stuff that people can really use to make their lives better in a certain way, right? Whether in their health or whatever it is, right? And so I believe that as long as you educate people, you entertain them a bit, and you empower them to take action, people will listen. People will listen to your channel, right? And I know some people hit 1 million subscribers in a month. It took me 9 years. I'm a slow learner, okay? I'm a slow developer, but it's fine because better late than never, yeah? So with that, let's unbox this baby. Let's unbox this baby. So this was the first play button I got for hitting the first 100,000 subscribers, and I got it, I think, in 2018, if I'm not wrong, right? Okay, so are you ready? Your younger brother is going to join us. I know you've been waiting for your younger brother. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So let's hope it's really the go play button. If it is not, I'll look like a complete idiot, but it's good. I'll get more views, all right? Don't do this at home. Ready? Okay, let's unbox this. Sunda, I hope you're not playing an evil trick on me. Any more? Oh, one more here. Ooh. Is that go good? It is a go play button. Okay, let's bring it out. Unwrap it. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen, our Go Play button for the community of investors and traders that we have been together on this journey for the last 9 years and hopefully continue this journey for another 9, 10 years. But to hit the next milestone, 10 million, I think it's 10 million, right? It's going to be a bit difficult unless I start to get sexy. You don't want to see that. Okay, so there we are, 1 million subscribers, okay? So once again, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And do pursue your own dreams as well. And let this be that reminder, yeah? So at this point of time, I'd like to thank all of you for being here for this unboxing. And my team has specially prepared some giveaways for all of you, some very special giveaways that they've taken a lot of effort to make. So you can click on this link that I believe they're posting right now. Is that a link? Yep, so click on the link and you can download your digital freebies. Okay, now next, my team has also informed me that they have prepared a video for me to watch. So I've not watched this before. I'm again watching it with you for the first time, and let's hope they don't embarrass me again. All right, okay, let's go. Do you want to sit with your brother? Okay, there you are. Actually, it's your big brother, right? All right. So let's watch this together. And
Hi Adam, I've been recently informed that your YouTube channel has hit 1 million subscribers. Congratulations, kudos. You have done a very good job, and I'm glad that a lot of students believe in you like I do, and I wish you all the best to hit the next million subscribers.
Congratulations, Adam, for hitting your 1 million subscribers on the YouTube channel.
Congratulations, Adam, for hitting 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Your amazing content online has inspired a lot of people because I use it as a regular source of insight and encouragement. Please continue to give us more great content so that we can improve our financial education and share it more with other people.
Congratulations on 1 million subscribers in Adam Khoo's YouTube channel.
Hi Adam, I hear that you are going to be hitting over 1 million subscribers in your YouTube, or you already hit that. So congratulations, Adam.
Congratulations for hitting 1 million subscribers in your YouTube. So yes, so that's 1 million lives that you have touched, and I really hope that this journey will go further and further. You will touch more lives in life and changes more lives as well. And I do see that you can change the world a lot more.
Hi Adam, a big congratulations to your 1 million YouTube subscribers. I believe you have changed countless of lives through your YouTube videos, me included. Yeah.
Hi Adam, 1 million subscribers. That is absolutely incredible. I have literally seen people counting down on this event, and it is a huge congratulations to you. I've been personally following your channels for many years now. It's amazing to see your hard work, your dedication, your passion pay off in such a big way. I'm so excited also on what content, amazing videos that you will be creating next. In the meantime, please celebrate this such a big achievement with your loved ones, and I will see you in the community.
Hi Adam, congrats on hitting a 1 million subscriber milestone. I still remember when you started out this journey 6 years ago, there was a lot of people who doubt your move into YouTube. Some say it's not worth your time, and why would the Western crowd listen to an Asian? However, through your determination and as usual your great presentation skills, your charisma, and most importantly, your sincerity, you not only convince many to watch your YouTube channel, but it's a go-to channel for people to seek unbiased content on trading and investment methods. And I still remember one of your earliest video on trade like a casino for consistent profits. In fact, that video, I even asked my father to watch that video as well. And he told me that it's one of the clearest video on trading, in his own opinion. And I would say that you are always able to condense a very complicated subject into something simple to understand for the man on the street. And that's what makes your YouTube channel very powerful. And I want to say thanks, Adam, all these years for your mentorship and guidance as well. Once again, congrats on your 1 million subscriber milestone, and I believe there is more to come. Keep winning.
Hey Adam, what can I say? You're the man. You figured out the stock markets, shared them so generously for free to the public. You showed your track record to all to see, so it's transparent. That's what I like about your YouTube content. It sets you apart from other investment gurus who can talk but won't show their entire portfolio. Congrats on hitting 1 million YouTube subscribers. Keep winning.
Hey Adam, it's Adam, Rusmin, and Victor from The Fifth Person. Just wanted to congratulate you for hitting 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Congratulations, Adam. Please give us more stock tips, and I look forward to the next 10 million subscribers that you have, and be happy to give another testimonial for you.
Congrats, Adam, for your 1 million. As saying a Singapore slang, you what big, huh?
So once again, it's a great achievement. I mean, it's been a long time coming, and you totally deserve it. So once again, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Hey Adam, congrats on your 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I have tremendous amount of respect for you. There's a reason why I choose to work for you and work under you. So for myself, I really love how you are able to always break down concepts. And more importantly, I guess, put in a lot of data points, making sure that your research is well backed and not just pulling things out of anywhere. So I really appreciate a lot of the learnings and a lot of the lessons that you brought across over the years. And with that, congrats once again on your 1 million on YouTube, and keep winning.
Hey Adam, congratulations on hitting the 1 million YouTube subscribers milestone. What I respect most about you is that despite all your successes, you remain humble and very down to earth. I think what sets you apart from everyone else is that you always openly share your trade secrets and knowledge for free. That's always been super helpful to investors like me. So keep winning, keep sharing, and I will look forward to your next video.
Hey, what's up? Adam, so congratulations on reaching the 1 million subscribers milestone. I know it's not easy, right? A ton of tears, sweat and blood, the grinding, the video after video, and finally, you did it, man. Congratulations, I'm so happy for you. And this is not surprising because, you know, your investing content is some of the best I've seen on YouTube. It's easy to understand, even a 12-year-old can, you know, understand what you're saying. It's backed by logic, and most importantly, you're transparent and the results speaks for itself, and that kind of like puts you on a different playing field. So one thing to also share is that I have friends, right, who actually sign up for your UIP program. One thing that's really commendable is that, you know, you reply every questions, right, from your students, no matter how busy you are, whether you're trying to make the wife happy or not, right, you still, you know, reply their questions. I really admire that, because I do know of people who, you know, when a student comes in, students ask questions, they run away. No one's replying. Yeah, so fantastic work down there. Go out there, you know, keep delivering, keep joking, and keep winning. Except for those of you who are long Tesla, then gotta keep praying, yeah?
Wow, great. Thanks, guys. Thanks for putting it together. Really appreciate that. So I really like to thank my team. I know many of you, over there, right? Yeah, many of you will not know, but this is not a one-man show. Piranha Profits is part of the Adam Khoo Learning Technologies Group, which is one of the largest educational companies in Asia since 2002. And the reason we've been around for so long and impacting and empowering so many lives is not because of one person or 2% or 3%. It's a whole team. It's a whole team that is running the whole show. And many of you will not know that because they are all behind the scenes. And without all these people, and without all of you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am right now. I'll just be a lonely guy in my little room, just, you know, trading quietly, right? But that's not fun. And I think a common question people always ask me is, why do I bother to make videos? Why do I bother to teach? Why don't I just live off all my dividends and my profits and all that? And the reason is very simple, that once you have made enough money to cover your lifestyle, you get very bored. And you find that your life doesn't have much purpose. And you will get depressed, you know. And what keeps me going is I love to connect, I love to share, and I love to reach out to as many people as possible. That's why I keep doing this, and I'll keep doing this until the last day, right, of my life. So, yeah, with that, let's see, what's next? The next would be, the AMA. Ask me anything. So let me start with some of the questions that have been asked over the last few days that my team has curated, has compiled, and then I'll take questions from you guys live. And I'll do my best to answer as many questions as I can. I can't possibly answer all, but I'll do my best to answer the most important, pertinent questions. Yeah? Okay, so let's see. How do I get to the questions? There we are. All right, so first of all, from this person, Cascote. Forgive me if I pronounce the name wrongly. What are the top 3 stocks 10 years from now? So I guess it depends on how you define top 3 stocks. To me, if you ask me, if I had to put all my money into 3 stocks, I wouldn't necessarily choose the stocks that I think will go up the most, all right? Because sometimes stocks that may go up the most can also collapse the most. If you ask me, I'll choose the stocks which I think are the most resilient, the most recession-proof, the most pandemic-proof, the most consistent, the most monopolistic that can't be disrupted easily, that are doing something that everyone needs for the next 10 years. So if you ask me, I'll probably choose Amazon, Microsoft, and NVIDIA. Okay, probably these 3. Of course, there could be others. I'm not saying that there's nothing else, but yeah, off the top of my head, yeah, these 3 stocks. Next by Shindo Sensei. What's my process of finding new stocks? New UIP stocks. Now, if you don't know, UIP is the Ultimate Investor's Playbook, and these are the stocks that I personally invest in, and these are the top 1% of stocks in the world with the strongest fundamentals that have got the strongest business model. So how do I find these stocks? Well, first, I would say that many of the stocks that I invest in are businesses where I use the products myself every single day. So I ask myself, what am I using every day? I'm using Google every day. I'm using Microsoft every day. I start from there, and then I do my research. And of course, I get a lot of great ideas from my community as well, from my students. In fact, some of my best investing ideas came from my students because I can't be an expert in everything. Some of my students are experts in IT, in healthcare, and I get my ideas from them, and then I do my research. I also sometimes get my ideas from doing screening, when I screen for stocks using some of the software, screening software available. Yeah, so from all places I get my ideas. How do I stay in touch with news of companies? Do you subscribe to specific opinion pieces or newsletters? Or yeah, I subscribe to almost everything, and I read Bloomberg, CNBC, all kinds of news sites, Seeking Alpha. I go to all the news sites, but again, be careful when you read or watch all these news sites. So when I go to all these news sites, I'm careful not to ever listen to their opinions or their predictions. But what I'm looking for are facts, reported facts, like the company announces earnings, share buybacks, share split. I look at facts and not opinions. Yeah, so I get it from all over the place. Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, Reuters, FactSet, you name it, I'm subscribed to it. Some are free, some are paid. And then briefing.com is another website. So I get all my updates from all these websites. What do you think about NVIDIA stock? I knew this was going to come. Their stock split, and is it the right time to buy? No, NVIDIA is a very, very rare, unique stock. In a sense that you can see the stock price has gone up quite a bit over the last couple of years, right? But the funny thing about NVIDIA is the more the stock goes up, the cheaper it gets. I'm not kidding, the cheaper it gets. And I tell you why, because remember, the intrinsic value of a business depends on its free cash flow, how much cash it's generating, and how much cash it will be projected to generate in the next 20 years or more, right? And if you look at NVIDIA a year or two ago, it was overvalued by a lot, okay? But after they announced the results a few days ago and their revenue grew 400%, right? Way more than what was projected in my valuations, then I have to keep raising my intrinsic value, which is very rare. Not every stock is like that. So in fact, I just did a recent valuation on NVIDIA yesterday, and my new valuation is about 1,000 and I think 50 something, 1,050. So at today's share price, I would say it is fairly priced. It's not expensive, actually. Believe it or not, NVIDIA is not expensive. It's also not cheap. It is also not cheap, right? Would I add more shares now? I already have quite a lot of shares, which I started buying from $150. Would I add more now? I won't, all right? Because to me, I like to buy only when I've got a discount, a margin of safety. So I would like to wait for it to drop. When will it drop? I don't know, right? But nothing can go up in a straight line. Nothing goes up forever. What goes up will come down. And when it does come down, because of some bad news, which always happens once in a while, then I'll start adding again, as and when it happens. And if it doesn't go down, then so be it, I'll just buy something else, right? So there are plenty of fish in the sea. Don't get fixated by this one stock and say, I'm going to just buy this one stock. No. Buy whatever the market offers you as a good deal, okay? Next question would be, from multiple people, can I name some top books on investing and trading? Okay. When it comes to trading, I think one of the best books I've read would be by Victor Sperandio. He wrote two books. One is called Methods of a Wall Street Master and Principles of Professional Speculation by Victor Sperandio. Another great book on psychology would be Market Wizards, the original. But of course, there are a few versions by Jack Schwager. And you also have a couple of other trading books. Let's see, what's the other one? For investing, I would suggest reading the letters of Warren Buffett, his past writings, and of course, Peter Lynch's book, One Up on Wall Street and Beating the Street. Now, of course, there are a lot more, just to name a few, all right? When should I give up on trading? Okay, you should give up on something if you have no passion or no interest on it. You know, a lot of people, they like to ask me, Adam, should I invest in individual stocks? Should I trade the market? Or should I just buy an ETF and be done with it? And I always ask them this question: do you enjoy trading? Do you get excited looking at charts? Do you enjoy researching companies? Is it your passion? If it is not, don't force yourself. No point. You won't do well in something that you don't enjoy doing. So if you don't enjoy it, don't do it. Just buy an ETF, do dollar cost averaging, close your eyes, and over time you will do very well. You will beat 95% of people in the markets if you just buy an ETF and close your eyes through the ups and downs, all right? But if you're passionate about trading, you love looking at charts, sure, you can do very well. But you have to educate yourself. You have to learn how to do it. You have to have good mentors. You have to have a good community, all right? And then you can do very well. Okay, question on China. What do I think about the current China market? It's gone up quite a bit. Do you think there'll be more gains this year? So like I posted on my socials, China has started a new bull market. Okay, so how do I know? By the definition of the trend, higher highs, higher lows is a new bull market. Of course, I can't predict how long the bull market will last. The last two bull markets didn't last very long. Will this last longer? I have no idea. But right now it's in a bull market. As long as it's in a bull market, I think prices should continue going higher. So you guys know, as I said before, Chinese stocks are still very, very, very cheap. So I think they can easily double from current levels. All right, and I'm still holding my China stocks. I've not sold them yet, except I did sell my Bank of China last week. I sold it at about 46% return, Bank of China, right? Because like I said, in the long run, I'd rather put my money into the US market, which has more certainty and more predictability, okay? So I will get out of China once prices are a lot higher and I can get a good return from holding it for so long, right? if it's not too personal to ask, what is the ultimate life goal that you're trying to achieve? Interesting question. I can tell you that in my stage of life right now, I'm 50, I just turned 50, as you guys know. I think I've achieved everything I want to achieve in terms of my career, my finances, I've achieved whatever I want to achieve. Whatever goal I've set, I've achieved all of them or surpassed it, right? So at my stage of life right now, my main focus is to just create memories. That's it. It's just to create memories with my friends and my family. That's it, you know? And to continue to share what I know about investing, about personal development with as many people as possible who want to know. You know, there are people out, you can't change everyone. You can't help everyone. And there's a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So for people who don't want to learn it, for whatever reason, I'm not going to force them to learn it. But if people want to learn, they feel they are ready, I'm happy to share as long as I'm around. Okay? So that's all I want to do in my life right now. I've been following your videos. I'm opening. I want to subscribe to the UIP. Do you give out trade signals or just long-term investments? Okay. So I give notifications of all my buy and sell investments, and I also notify all my option trades as well, my short-term option trades. Yeah. So I do that every day. Can you conduct a physical class rather than a webinar? Unlikely I will conduct a physical class for the main reason that with the webinar, I can reach a global audience. Now, in all my webinars, we've got people from all around the world, right? But if it was a physical class, I can only do it one city at a time. And I just don't have the time to do that because of the time I want to spend on my family and being near home, right? Okay, so those are the questions that have been prepared. Let me now just take some live questions that you guys have. You can post your questions and I'll see what I can answer. Yeah, can you guys hear me, by the way? Is it loud enough? Yeah, it's raining here, which is good. In Singapore, it's really hot, so any kind of rain, I can't complain. So how are you guys doing? You guys doing good? On a Saturday morning in Singapore, and I know some of you who are in the US or the UK, it's probably late at night. Sorry, it's 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m., my bad, right? Time passes, okay. Any chance of the NLP seminar making a comeback? Well, I may be running one last NLP type training called the Patterns of Excellence in, what's the date, guys? The Patterns of Excellence, I may be running one in, is it September? In August, all right? So I may be running one last Patterns of Excellence program, which is, will be done in Vietnam, okay? Which is hosted by my Vietnamese friends. I will do it there, but of course with translators and all that. So I may do one last one over there. Sell in May and go away, or sell in June. Okay, one of the things I've learned is never make investment or trading decisions based on predictions or sell in May, buy back in November. No, all that is complete rubbish because every year is different, you know. So my investment decisions are always based on the individual company. As long as it's a good company, it is undervalued, the price retraced to a support level, I add in stages. For trading, when I enter a trade, it's based on the technical setup of that stock. Is it a breakout from consolidation? Is it a trend reversal? So the trading decision is always based on a stock, and I'm not influenced on macro predictions because you can never predict the macro economy or the stock market with any certainty, and it's a waste of time. So always remember, it's a waste of time trying to predict the market. No one can predict the market. All we can do is to trade and invest based on our fundamental and technical rules in our trading and investing plan. What do I think about current Baba price? You got to ask Chiking on that. No, But Baba is still very cheap. I'm still holding Baba, and I think can easily double from here. Easily. When? I don't know. All right. What are my thoughts on the US stock market for the next 5 years? Like I said many times before, we are at the early stages of the AI revolution, the fifth innovation wave. So I'm very bullish on the US markets because most of the leading AI companies in the US, I'm very bullish for the next couple of years. In fact, the next 10 years. Okay? Let me take some non-investing questions to create more variety because I know some of you are asking me some more personal questions. Okay, most of them are investing questions, right? Okay, fine. Is it a good time to pick up Singapore REITs, real estate investment trust? I think yes. I think they are attractively priced, but stick to the high quality REITs with low gearing ratios and the ones where they have got positive rental reversions. Okay. What do I think about AI? I think AI is changing the world and will change the world as much as how the invention of electricity changed the world many years ago. And if you think the invention of the internet changed our lives, AI is going to be even more powerful than the invention of the internet. So I'm very, very excited about the next 10 years. Our lives are going to change. Our lives are going to change forever. You know? What do you do to relax? This, right? I enjoy what I'm doing. You know, so to me, I've never worked a day in my life, if you think about it. I've never worked a day in my life because there's an old saying, right? If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. I've never worked a day in my life because ever since day one, I've always done what I love. I love business, I love investing, I love trading, I love teaching. So to me, that is fun, that is play. And that's why I don't really need to go to for a vacation because I've got nothing to escape from. But I do take vacations because that's spending time with family, you know? Do I think Alta is attractive at the current price? Yeah, I think Alta is looking interesting. I am looking at Alta. I may start to take a position in Alta. What happened to the US if China attacked Taiwan? I don't know, man. You know, these kind of rhetorical questions. What if the meteorite hits Earth? What if an alien lands? I don't know, man. But it's things that there's no point thinking about. There's no point thinking about things that we have no control over. Focus on what you have control over. How often do I withdraw money from my broker to spend? Well, for me, I don't at all, right? Because I'm at a stage of my life where I have got a lot of income coming in from multiple sources, from my private businesses and all those things, and from my dividends. By the way, I've got a dividend portfolio where my dividends alone covers all my living expenses, all right? So I don't need to sell any stock. What are my thoughts on STRL, Engineering and Construction Company? I'm not too familiar with the ticker, but generally there are certain industries I stay away from. I stay away from the auto industry. I stay away from airlines. I stay away from real estate, like brokers or builders or construction. I stay away from commodity companies. I stay away from oil and gas. Why? You can make a lot of money in those industries, but to me, it's too difficult. It's very unpredictable. There's a lot of competition. You know, so I like to invest in industries that are no-brainer, right? Very, very simple. And one of my favorite quotes by Charlie Munger, the late Charlie Munger, he said is that the reason he and Warren Buffett have been so successful is they tried not to be intelligent, right? That the key to their success was not trying to be smart, but trying not to do stupid things. So to me, I don't try to pick the next NVIDIA, you know, because I know I'm not that smart, you know. So I don't pick a company that I think will change I don't know, right? So I stick to simple things. I try not to make stupid mistakes. I try not to do dumb things. And I think that is more important to doing well, right? So I always find that whenever you think you are smarter than the market, whenever you think you can outsmart the market, Mr. Market will give you one tight slap on the face to humble you, all right? So always stay humble in the markets. Will you ever have a meetup with your students? Yeah, I meet up with my students once a year during the annual Outlook event, and we usually do it at Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. So we have got people who fly in from all around the world for this event that I do annually. And same thing, we'll do this this event in 2025 in January. So yeah, can fly down to Singapore, meet and greet, and yeah. Is Fortinet undervalued? Yeah, I think Fortinet is undervalued. If you were to start over today, which country would you live in? I love Singapore. There's no other country I would rather live in, right? Singapore is the best country to live in. It's super safe. You can walk down the streets at 3 a.m. and feel totally safe, you know? What are my thoughts about Warren Buffett, who sold Apple and now holding on to record cash? You know, so a lot of people get very nervous that why is Buffett holding so much cash? Does he think the market's going to crash and all that? You know, Buffett has always said over the years that he can't predict the market any better than you can, right? But remember one thing, what is Warren Buffett's primary business? His primary business is insurance. And Buffett needs to keep a lot of cash in case there's a catastrophe. If there's major earthquakes, if there's a major disaster, Berkshire will need to come up with hundreds and hundreds of millions or billions to cover the insurance losses. So you have to remember, he's an insurance company. So he has to keep all this cash for those disasters. Why he sold Apple? Well, he explained in the AGM that was more for taxation reasons, because he's predicting that the government may raise capital gains tax in the future. That's his guess. So he wants to sell to pay less capital gains tax now than in the future, right? So any correction coming? Of course, there'll always be a correction coming. Always. When? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Do I do binary trading? Binary options, or stay away from it? In my opinion, it's not legitimate. Yeah. How do I manage estate tax from my large brokerage accounts? Yeah. But I'm not a tax lawyer, so I can't give any tax advice. So best you talk to a tax lawyer, right? But within my community, our investor masterclass, we do talk a lot about strategies on estate tax, right? How do I see the consumer discretionary sector? Some companies are getting into interesting prices like Lulu, McDonald's, Starbucks, Ulta. Yeah. So when people say the markets are all-time high, the market's expensive, no, there are companies that are looking cheap, right? McDonald's is looking cheap. Lulu is looking cheap. What's the other one? I already said Ulta, right? Ulta's looking cheap. So there are some great deals around, okay? What's my favorite food? Well, I love all kinds of food. There's no one favorite food. I love Indian food. I love Japanese food. I love Chinese food. Depends on my mood. I eat anything. As long as it moves. Or doesn't move, okay. Okay, I get a lot of questions from Palantir, so I thought, okay, let me answer Palantir. So I do have Palantir, but it's right now a small position in my portfolio. I actually sold half my Palantir at a very nice profit already. I sold half of it, and I reinvested it into NVIDIA when NVIDIA was at about 500, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, and so that proved to be a pretty good move, because since then, NVIDIA has gone up a lot more than Palantir. Because between the two, NVIDIA, in my opinion, through my valuation, NVIDIA is much cheaper than Palantir. You know, when you look at the charts, it's very misleading because it's like Nvidia's gone up so much, so Nvidia looks expensive. But Palantir dropped a lot, so it looks cheap, right? But you can't look at the absolute price. You have to do an intrinsic value calculation. And if you actually do a valuation, you find that actually Nvidia is cheaper than Palantir, right? So I do still have some Palantir, and I think that Palantir could be a company that could change the world. But right now, I still consider it as a speculative company because it doesn't have at least 5 years of consistent free cash flow growth, which is my criteria of a company being consistent, right? Intuit, yeah, Intuit's a great business. Recently, the share price dropped, I think, 15%, but Intuit is still expensive, not cheap enough. I'm still waiting for it to go much lower, below $500. Then maybe I'll take a look at Intuit, right? Okay, I think those are most of the questions. What's my favorite sport? I love golf, although I suck at it, right? I've played golf since I was 12, but I'm probably not better now than when I was 12. What is the proper amount of REITs to have in a portfolio? Well, like any portfolio, whether it's a dividend portfolio or growth portfolio, I would say always have minimum at least 8 to 10 great stocks or REITs or whatever, at least 8 to 10 great ones, right? But within a dividend portfolio, you can, of course, have some REITs, some dividend stocks and all that. And within REITs itself, I would say if you can have 4 to 5 high quality REITs, that's enough diversification. What happens to the US stock market when the world's population starts to decline? Right. So these are questions where, there's no way I can predict. There's no way I know, so I don't bother thinking about such things, But I know in the long run, the market will always go up. The market will always go up. AMD, I'm not that excited about AMD. I'd rather buy NVIDIA, right? Because NVIDIA's moat is a lot stronger than AMD. And AMD is not cheap. In fact, I would guess, I've not done a recent valuation on AMD yet, but I would guess that actually NVIDIA is cheaper than AMD. Yeah. Even though NVIDIA has gone up a lot, AMD has not gone up a lot, I'm not surprised if AMD is more expensive because NVIDIA has demonstrated huge growth in their earnings and free cash flow more than AMD, which has not had consistent profits. So remember that, again, whether something is cheap or expensive is not the absolute price. It's not how much the price has dropped or how much the price has gone up. Whether something is cheap or expensive depends on the intrinsic value, which is in turn dependent on the free cash flow generation and the growth of the business. All right? My opinion about the Indian market, I think India is a huge growth market and seems that India has overtaken China in terms of the market cap. The only reason I don't invest is I'm not familiar with it, So, but if you're living in India, sure, invest in India. You would know it better than I do. So there's no way I can invest in India better than an Indian because they are living there, they know it better than me. Then some people say, but Adam, you don't live in the US, or you live by US stocks. Yeah, but the interesting thing is that most of the US stocks are not selling products to US citizens only, right? Most US stocks are global companies. So although I live in Singapore, I eat at McDonald's at least 3 times a week. I drink Coke every week. I use Visa, MasterCard, Google, Microsoft. NVIDIA is in all my devices. I use Apple, right? So although I don't live in the US, I use all their products. So that's the key to it. But I don't use any products that are from India. Well, at least not that I can think of right now. Maybe there is, but not off the top of my head, right? Lockheed Martin, not a bad company, not bad, but it's not super high growth. What's the minimum amount of capital required for trading? I would say, at least start with at least $3,000. minimum for trading to at least be able to trade properly. HDB resale or BTO, which is a better investment? I'm not sure. I've never, I don't know enough about the Singapore property market. It's not my speciality. Oops. Who's my role model in investing and finance? So I've got many role models. Of course, Warren Buffett, the man himself, Charlie Munger, Peter Lynch. When it comes to trading, Victor Sprandio, Swan. Should we buy NVIDIA after the split? So it doesn't matter whether you buy a stock before the split or after the split. It is totally unimportant. You know, what's important is buying it when it's undervalued and when it has retraced to a support level. And right now, NVIDIA, although NVIDIA is fairly priced, which I said, but it's just gone on a wave up. So I never like to chase a stock after it's run. I like to wait for the stock to come back to me. Okay, so I keep asking about NVIDIA, right? Minimum capital to trade options. I would say at least 3,000 would be a good start to trade options, at least 3,000. Microsoft, I can't remember offhand, but I think Microsoft valuation is fairly priced. It's fairly priced. Wow, so many NVIDIA questions, my God. My opinion about Nike, right? So yeah, Nike is undervalued right now. You know, and I think Nike is a good business, right? But Nike, of course, the growth is not as high as many other stocks like Lululemon, because Nike, 60% of their revenue is already from international markets, whereas for Lululemon, only 20% are from international markets. So Lululemon, to me, has a much bigger growth runway in the international markets compared to Nike. Inderpal Singh is saying, since I'm following you, my portfolio is up 45%. Great job. Do I think AI trading bots will disrupt the stock market? They already have, right? AI trading bots have been disrupting the market for the last 15 years, okay? So that's why Alson, who is our fellow trader at Parent Profits, his whole trading strategy, price action manipulation, is based around, all right, how do you trade alongside the market manipulation? So there'll always be manipulation in the market, but always use it to your advantage. So for example, for me as an investor, do I love market manipulation? I love it. I love market manipulation because when markets are manipulated by market makers and by algo robots and all that, it causes short-term mispricing in a stock. So a stock that's worth, like Meta, that's worth, at a time worth about $300, Meta was selling at 70 because of panic selling, manipulation, all that. And it's good. It gives us a chance to buy good companies at crazy prices because of manipulation. So in life, there'll always be, things that happen, and you can choose to blame those things. You can choose to allow those things to control you, or you can choose to take advantage of those things. So ever since I was young, I learned a principle that it is not the event that determines your outcome in life. We can't control every event that happens to us. We can't control whether we are born in a rich family or poor family. We can't control whether the market goes up or goes down. We can't control the weather, but it is not the event that determines our outcome. It is how we choose to respond to those events. You can choose to respond in a negative way, to blame the whole world, to give excuses, to complain, or you can choose to take advantage of what's happening around you. All right, so it's up to you. So remember that whether you're happy or sad right now, you're successful or not, you created it through your thoughts and your actions. And you have the power to change anything in your life, yeah? So focus on what you can control. Yeah, so I've gotten a signal that I've got 3 minutes more. Is it 3 minutes more? Okay, so let me see. What do I think about people in their 20s investing in defensive companies? So I guess if I was in my 20s, and let me give you an example of my two daughters. So my two daughters are in their 20s, and they both have their investment portfolio. And because they're still young and they've got a long runway for their portfolio, they can afford to take a lot more volatility than I. All right. So in my portfolio, I've got defensive stocks, I've got dividend stocks, very diversified. But for my daughters, because they are young, they can just focus on high growth stocks, your Nvidias and your Googles and your Palantirs and all that. Right. So yeah, it depends on where you are in your stage of life. Do I buy cryptocurrencies? No, I think I've said many times I don't, right? Because I think, yeah, you can make a lot of money in cryptocurrencies. You can, but in short-term trading, right? But as investing, I don't know. I wouldn't dare to buy it because I don't know how to value it. And it's very hard for me to buy something that I can't value properly, right? And to me, the only way to value something is based on how much cash it can deliver, okay? The important thing is this: never trade or invest in something just because everyone is doing it. Invest or trade in something because you understand it. If you don't understand it, it doesn't matter who is doing it. Don't follow blindly unless you understand what you're doing. Will I do a video on my new house? My new house hopefully will be ready by end of the month. Yeah, in a few days, right? So hopefully I'll be moving in soon. Whether I'll do a video depends on my wife. My wife is a very private person, so I got to get her permission. She says no, I can't. All right. Am I writing a new book? Well, no plans just yet. What about Tesla? Why, Nancy? Why do you ask me about Tesla, Nancy? Why? Things were going so great. No, I mean, you guys know from day one that I would invest in Tesla, right? You purposely say that just to get me. It's okay, I still love you. Are you going to list your company? Or for what? No way, man. I like to buy other people's listed company. I don't want anyone to buy my company. I'm selfish. I want to keep the company for myself. No, it's too much headache to list. Why? Right? My number one value in life right now is not power. It's not fame. My number one value in life right now is freedom. Okay, I want my freedom. Okay, so that's why I don't want to manage money for people. I don't want to list my company. If I do that, I got no more freedom. I want the freedom to do whatever I want to do every day and not have to report to anyone. So please, yeah. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope it's been a fun session for you. It definitely was for me. And once again, I have to thank my team behind the scenes for making this possible. And I'll see you guys in the next video.